Me trying to impress a new girlfriend by making her dinner. Me when someone on Reddit calls me unemployed or an e-beggar or a failed guitar teacher while I'm sitting there eating lobster and drinking champagne. And this is me when the self-checkout at the supermarket suggests I add £1 for charity.
How about new?
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. So today we're going to talk about 4 fragrances that really very few people very often talk about in the fragrance community and certainly on YouTube. And I guess that's kind of what my channel is about. I try to be different to the others. I'm not doing, I'm not mainly talking about the new alternative to Aventus Absolute or, clones. And I try and be different, okay? Or panty droppers, or compliment getters, or make her want you. I've given up on making anyone want me. Okay, guys, let's have a look at it then. Got 4 crackers, some of which, well, I've mentioned them all on the channel at some point before, but they're all really, really good. Okay, some reasonably recent releases and some older ones. First up, haven't mentioned this for ages. The company is called Nobile 19... Oh, by the way, before we do that, guys, don't forget we have an amazing sale as I film this. Valentine's Day, not a million miles off. We're into February now. Use the code Valentines20 at nortonandwilson.com for 20% off all our fragrances, including the amazing powerhouse for the modern era, Chypre Fulminare. Like all the other fragrances, it's by our stunning, incredibly talented perfumer, John Stephen, a historic part of the fragrance industry here in England, and we're so privileged that he's made fragrances for us. Chypre Fulminare and all the others. 20% off. Valentines20 is your code. Nobile, where was I? Nobile 1942, fantastic Italian company. I love what they do. I found this for the 75ml bottles, £97 online in the UK, so reasonably good for niche, not cheap, but pretty good, but not much more than Chanel kind of prices, and something a little bit more unique maybe. So this one is called Fougère, Nobile 2015 release, and it's described as an olfactory portrait of a gentleman, circa 1946, whatever that means. I'm kind of dressed like one of those, aren't I? Note listing for this one. It's a fabulously slightly different aromatic fougère barbershop scent. Lavender, tobacco, tonka bean, vetiver, bergamot, geranium, black pepper and musk. The blurb on the company website talks about a soda water according. It has this really kind of clean, dapper freshness. Some people have talked about rum and raisin. I kind of get it, but not really. It's not sweet at all, but I get that the tobacco thing can give you a hint of that. Really, really interesting. Very, very powdery, actually. Very powdery, crisp, dapper fougère fragrance. Very much like a very expensive barbershop experience, a very expensive, fantastic talcum powder or shaving foam. If you like things like Invasion Barbar from MDCI or 1725 Casanova from Histoire de Parfum, doesn't smell much like those, but it has that same kind of really interesting, powdery, high-level, dapper barbershop vibe, which of course is so very me. 2015 release, that one, but very old-school smell. Something a bit more, you can't pin this down to being old-school, Eau Sauvage Cologne, the forgotten one of the Dior Eau Sauvage line, the original Eau Sauvage, a classic, love that citrus aromatic. You've got the Eau Sauvage Parfum, which is a really good enriched version. This one, 2015 flanker, Francois de Machy, the perfumer for this one, 50ml bottle, about £58, or you can get 100ml I found for £82 online, so decent value for money, designer kind of prices, and a wonderful citrus aromatic with, of course, Dior Sauvage, the original, or the Eau Sauvage, sorry, is originally a citrus aromatic, but this accents all the citrusness. Wonderful, fresh spring, summertime fragrance, or any time that you just want to smell really fresh, clean, and citrusy. Calabrian bergamot, my favourite kind of bergamot, Polish bergamot, forget it. But we've got grapefruit, we've got mandarin orange, petitgrain, Hédione, which was also in the original Eau Sauvage, galbanum, pink pepper, and vetiver. It is just wonderfully crisp, kind of white musks, clear, crisp, white woody accords, and beautiful, crisp, clean citrusness without being, obviously, oranges or lemons or anything. You've got grapefruit, bergamot, mandarin. It's all blended to this wonderful, clean, fresh aura. People love to spray this on your white polo shirt or whatever colour polo shirt you're wearing, or anything on a crisp summer's day or on holiday in the evening. Wonderful. Love. Eau Sauvage Cologne. Okay performance for me, not amazing. Fougère Nobile, not the strongest fragrance. I don't really care about performance that much, so I don't talk about it as much as some reviewers may. Habit Rouge, the other one. Again, so both of those you don't hear a lot. Same here. People seem to just not be bothered to talk about this anymore. 1965 release from Guerlain, the great historic French brand. This is what really classy French people wear. They don't necessarily go and buy Creed or Tom Ford. They might do that too, but they love their Guerlains, and this one is wonderful. 1965, 100ml you can pick up in the UK, about £61. I'm not trying to sell these, I don't get nothing for it, but just letting you know. Jean-Paul Guerlain, the perfumer, an amber woody fragrance, whatever that means. You've got lemon, Brazilian rosewood, orange, bergamot, lime, tangerine, basil, rose, wonderful. I love the note listing for this. Carnation, sandalwood, cinnamon, patchouli, jasmine, cedar, vanilla, leather, amber, benzoin, oak moss, and labdanum. So Habit Rouge was kind of themed after the red coat of a huntsman on a horse, whether you like hunting or not, I don't know, but it has that kind of aristocratic kind of air, posh people kind of stuff. And it has this wonderful combination of bitter greenness, citrus, rose, a beautiful rose accord, and the underlying thing that they sometimes call Guerlainade, which is this kind of powdery, sweet benzoin thing that often combines really well with fresh accords, and it's done to an absolute T here. Again, it's dapper and it's gentlemanly, but a completely different kind of vibe to the Fougère Nobile, although it does share a little bit of a powdery element, and the green bitterness, they perhaps both, but there's something unique about this one, particularly with the rose in there, and that Guerlain magical powdery undertone is somewhat unique. I really, really love this for all seasons, all occasions. If you're dressed smart, it's especially effective, I think. Okay, one more. Again, it doesn't get as much talk as it surely deserves. New York Intense from Nikolai, sort of a reimagining of the original New York, and Luca Turin, the famous, now retired perfume critic, cited this as his favourite. I think it's a sort of 20 whatever release. The original New York from 1989. Patricia de Nikolai, the perfumer. I got a nice little note card here. So you've got petitgrain, bergamot, lemon, thyme, artemisia, black pepper, clove, cinnamon, lavender, chamomile, oak moss, vanilla, styrax, incense, musk, civet, and castoreum. So this is a spicy, powdery take on the fougère genre. A little bit more sweet, maybe, than the very dry. It is very dry Fougère Nobile. This has hints, a little bit more of a hint of sweetness, almost a vanillic undertone, but that's always tempered with crisp, fresh accords, a very subtle hint of animalic musk, but nothing off-putting, very French, very classy, and a somewhat luxurious feel with this one. So Nikolai, New York Intense, highly recommended. 4 great fragrances you don't hear enough about. Don't forget our code at nortonandwilson.com, Valentine's 20, amazing bargains to be had there. I'll finish by saying, guys, what do you want to see from the channel in 2024? I can't believe a month's already gone. We're a 12th of the way through the year. And I also want to show you my watch of the day, which I show in each video. That is an Omega, late 80s model, quartz model, 40mm Seamaster, sometimes called the Pre-Bond. I do love the integrated bracelet design there. This is a bracelet you can't sort of easily clip off and replace with anything else. And it's a real nice construction on that. Love the way the dial looks on that one too. Don't know if you can see that. I'll put a little overdub of that. I will leave it there, guys. Let me know what you thought about that. If you've enjoyed the video, please do subscribe. Even if you didn't, subscribe anyway. Who knows? Maybe the next video will be better. It could hardly be any worse, could it? Remember, whatever you're doing in life, let's project. And although sometimes life really can stink, at least we can always smell good. Bye-bye.